Okay, we're back. Hopefully, it shouldn't be lagging. Hopefully, this shouldn't be lagging. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. Um, I've restarted my computer. Yeah, look, man. Look, the Siberian polar bears wanted me, man. The Siberian polar bears wanted me, but I think we might be good. Just tell me if it's lagging. Tell me if it's good. But I think we should be good. I think we should be good. So are we good? Are we good? Cool. Okay. So no lag. So yeah, I think I just had to basically reboot my entire computer and stuff, and I just had to just shut some things down. So I think we're good. I think we're good, man. So hello, it's your main man here, HH. We are here for the open-sized, open warfare Q&A where you can ask me any of your questions, desires, and everything. I think a dude asked me what I think of Robin Williams, as an actor. Oh, amazing actor. Funny thing, what people maybe may not know, many people know of Robin Williams as this comedian, comedy guy, huge comedy actor and everything. He actually went to the Juilliard School of Acting with Christopher Reeve, who obviously plays Superman because he was very good friends and very close friends with Christopher Reeve. So he actually went to like a top tier acting school. So I think he actually had the acting background first before he actually even went to become a comedian. Best Robin Williams performance, 1 hour photo. People look at the one that he did with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. His best performance, 1 hour photo. I'll probably do like a review of it on my Half Up Talk channel, but 1 hour photo. All right, what else are you guys saying, man? Who's the better player, Rivaldo or Kaka? Rivaldo, hands down. I'm not saying that Kaka was trash. I just think that Kaka was overrated. As good as he was, I don't think he deserves the kind of praise that he's given. Rivaldo was a one-man army. Remember, Kaka did have Shevchenko, arguably one of the best strikers of his generation. Rivaldo was literally a one-man army by himself. Name me a... Did Kaka ever score a hat-trick in a do-or-die game with the third goal being a bicycle kick? Once you do that, it's over. Rivaldo was different. Rivaldo was literally that dude. You know? But movie with best lines. I would argue Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski has some classic lines. Scarface maybe has like one or two. Big Lebowski, I can give you about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, man. So I'll say Big Lebowski. Most underrated players. People always ask most underrated players. I'll still say Son, Brandt, William Carvalho. I'm gonna say Jimenez. Diego. Basically, most of the Wolves team did Diego Horta, Ruben Neves. People are sleeping on Upamecano, the Leipzig defender. Upamecano is money. I think Immobile is rising. Immobile starts for Lazio having money. Like Immobile was really good for Torino, flopped for Dortmund, but now for Lazio, I think a big reason why Lazio are sort of third in the league, 3 points behind the Juventus, is because of Immobile and his goals. So. See, I didn't watch the Jumanji remake because I'm not big on remakes. That Jumanji film was scary. But no, Robin Williams was good in it, but his no. I think for Jumanji, it was just a very, very good film. And I believe the guy who directed it was Joe Johnston, who also directed The Rocketeer and Captain America First Avenger. And Joe Johnston was the guy who came up with the concept of Boba Fett. Told you, man, don't mess with me, man. And okay. So I am eating the best peanuts in the world. What's this? Coconut peanuts. Crunchy coconut peanuts. These are literally the best peanuts in the world. Absolutely incredible, amazing peanuts. Yeah. So crunchy coconut peanuts. That is what your boy is eating, man. Absolutely amazing quality. Kilo Navas, Tukure, Matip, slightly. You know, I think Douglas Costa needs to just play a lot more games. I think people do appreciate what he's about. So I wouldn't call him underrated. Maybe just slightly underrated, but I think people still appreciate what Douglas Costa's about. So just to announce for you guys, obviously I will do an official video about this. I now have channel memberships. So big huge milestone for your boy HH. Not LL. Don't call me LL, you losers. HH. I have channel memberships, which means that guys can pay a fee each month and can get some extra exclusive access. So early access to videos, exclusive videos, and a special live stream for some people, and also the ability to actually request specific videos for me to do that can go on the YouTube channel. So we have a super chat here. Oh, Footy Wizard, what up, baby? Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, Mr. Footy Wizard. He says, why do you give Agüero hits for flopping for Argentina when he was on the bench in 2014, 15, and 16? How can he have an impact on the bench? Agüero wasn't on the bench in all of the Copa America games that were played. And even if you're on the bench, he was still given opportunities on the pitch to play. Was Agüero a bench player in the 2018 World Cup? Was he a bench player in the Copa America that just happened last time? Was he a bench player in I think it was the 2016 Copa America? I don't think it was. There were times when he was a bench player, there were times when he was a starter, was given opportunities, and he flopped. So whether you're on the bench, whether you come on, he has never been able to make an impact when he's been given the opportunity to play the Argentine shirt. So I'm sorry, without a doubt, he's a club merchant. It is what it is. International club merchant. So we can never really call him. So when he retires, he can't be a legend. No way. So in the whole Hall of Fame draft where we have great, legend, and horseman, you can maybe put him in as a great. You can maybe put him as a great. He ain't sniffing legendary status. He's not sniffing. He's not sniffing legendary status at all. No way. Ronaldo isn't underrated, bro. Stop it, man. Okay, Ronaldo ain't underrated. That's what else guys are saying, man. Best cinematic experience for me, it's between Fellowship of the Ring and The Matrix Reloaded. No. Taking everything into account, best cinematic experience was Avengers Endgame. Because for me, I always say like Matrix Reloaded changed my life. Like literally my life was changed after The Matrix Reloaded. Fellowship of the Ring was a huge experience because I wasn't expecting the film to be that good. And Sauron literally bust my balls in two. Like Sauron literally split my balls open. But Avengers Endgame, the crowd reactions, the way the crowd was involved and the kind of moments that we had, and just the way that the people reacted to the moments in the film. Like when Captain America grabbed Mjolnir, the cinema literally erupted. I erupted. So as far as a cinematic experience, easily Avengers Endgame. Easily. Again, Footy Wizard, man, thank you very much for the $2 super chat to Footy Wizard. He says, is Zico a great? Scored 500 Gs as a midfielder. Yeah. Zico is a great. Zico is a great because, I mean, obviously he didn't get it done in the 1982 World Cup, but I just think that's based on who he was as a player, his influence and impact as a player. I think you can argue that he is a great. I think if he would have led Brazil to that 1982 World Cup, he would have definitely been a legend for sure, because many people say probably the best team not to win the World Cup was that 82 team, because they played some insane, fantastic football. But as good as the football was, Italy just zeroed in and just managed to beat them because they focused on winning, So playing sexy football doesn't always translate to you actually winning games, man. Thoughts on Gabriel joining Chelsea, the Flamengo striker? Um, well, Gabriel. So I think I'm confused here. Is this the? Oh, sorry, Gabigol. Gabigol. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Chelsea do need another striker. I'm not sold on Batshuayi. Batshuayi is a great guy, but I'm not really sold on him. Giroud is Giroud. It is what it is, and I think Giroud wants to leave, and it's fine. Giroud, yeah, I get it. I know you're a World Cup winner, but I think the thing with Gabigol is that's a risk. But even more so, Chelsea need an inside forward. I think having Tammy and Batshuayi, that's cool. What they need is an inside forward. Remember, guys, inside forwards are the new strikers. So instead of Chelsea looking for a striker, which is not what they need an inside forward. That's what they need. So, nah, I don't think that would be a wise thing for Chelsea to have. Chelsea need an inside forward and wing backs. Either they get a pair of quality wing backs, or you know what you would do? Get an amazing left wing back. Because you know what? If Chelsea could get Alphonso Davies, you already have Reece James, and I will partner Azpilicueta with Zuma in that defense, or Azpilicueta and Rudiger in that center defense. That'd be cool. Azpilicueta is still a very good defender. He's a garbage wing back. Because if you're, and people say, oh, no. A wing back is only a guy that's plays in the whole 3-4 formation. No, when I say wing back, I'm thinking of dude that just can run up and down. That really gets down to the ball and is really a part of the attack. That's how I view a flipping wing back. So screw you. Guys, my team of the decade is done. I have pretty much put all the names there. I will release it as a video in the next few days. And once I do it, then we can then discuss about it. People will be pissed off. People will be pissed off, but as you well know from HH, I don't really give a damn whether you'll be pissed off because I know that what I've put out there is right. I have 4 more episodes left of The Witcher. Once that is done, I will do my review of The Witcher on my other YouTube channel. If you haven't yet rolled through, what are you guys doing, man? Half Hope Thoughts, man. Remember, if you've not already subscribed to Half Hope Thoughts is where I do all of my entertainment videos, all my non-football videos. I talk about Trump. I talk about everything. So anything non-football related goes on my other channel called Half Hope Thoughts. If you haven't already, subscribe to that Half Hope Thoughts, man. It's a road to 1,000. A road to 1,000 subs. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs, man. So make that flipping thing happen, man. So what else is happening here, man? And also, I've always got to say this, shout out to my patrons, man. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patronage, which helps me to, keep buying new equipment, new tech, and new stuff for the channel. But I'm going to be doing another video very soon where I'm going to be announcing that I now have channel memberships. Channel memberships are going to be coming up very soon, where you guys can become a member, pay for each month, and get special emojis, special perks, special exclusive videos, and all good nice stuff. Let's answer some more questions. Zad better not be in it. My lips are sealed. Okay, that's what I got to say, man. How good is Tammy really? She's pretty good. I would say Tammy is naturally a better footballer than Rashford. Rashford is a better striker. Rashford is a better striker of the ball. He hits the ball a lot better than Homeboy, but with regards to just footballing ability overall, ball control, finesse control, Zaza, Lala, and all that kind of stuff, Tammy has better Lala than Rashford. He's got better Lala than him. When is your video dropping about the Comment America sequel? It's going to be coming very soon. It will be coming very soon. Don't worry. I will do a video on it because I've got some things to say about our Comment America sequel because I've got some things to say about Coming to America. I was never a big fan of Comment America, even though it did have some funny bits. But you wanted to keep things 1,000, The funniest dude in Coming to America was Arsenio Hall. He was the funniest dude in this. But, I mean, Eddie Murphy being the Jewish guy and Sensible Chocolate, that was good, man. That was good, man. I can't lie there. I can't lie there. Something other than anything. World War III is happening. World War III is it happening? There's a chance for it to happen, but I think it's doubtful. It happens, but you just never know. You just never know. It's like, I told you, Trump is wild, man. Trump is wild. Like, Trump just wants to stay in power, and the best way to stay in power is to have a war. The best way to stay in power is to have a war. And that's the thing, and that's what he wants to do, because he wants to have a war, because a war ensures that, you know what, hey man, you never change the president during wartime. But Trump, man, you're playing with fire, man, because America have already effed up the Middle East by that whole Iraq war, which was illegitimate. Now you want to F up the Middle East even more by this whole Iran thing. And the fact is that if there's a Middle Eastern war, American could just sit back and be like, here, what up? And Trump, you or your family ain't going to be affected. But by you staring niggas in soldiers, they're going to be affected. So, politics, man. Politics is a very dirty game, man. It's a very dirty game. Oh, so another super chat here from Natsa. Thank you, man, for the super chat from Natsa. So Natsa says, Gabriel Jesus or Tammy Abraham? I think Tammy Abraham's overall play is better, but I think Gabriel Jesus is... If it's me, I would take Gabriel Jesus over Tammy Abraham, because I think Gabriel Jesus has a better upside than Tammy Abraham. Like, for me, I really believe Gabriel Jesus can be a fantastic player in the future. I really believe that dude can be a fantastic player. Wait, what the hell? Let me just do this thing. So, yeah, for me, my thing is Jesus over Tammy Abraham. But guys, Tammy Abraham is his money, man. And my thing is this. I'm looking for a Tammy Brayson at the Allianz. I'm looking for a Tammy Brace at the Allianz. That's what I'm looking for. So you guys say, well, Chelsea, Tammy could go a brace at the Allianz. Okay? Because, guys, there's a long time till February. It's a long time till February. And Chelsea could be rolling up with Mbappe, Mane, Verratti, Robertson. So, come February, Chelsea could be rolling up with a lot of dudes, man. And if Chelsea have those dudes, bro, man, it's lights out for Bayern Munich. So, let this month come through. Let this month come through, and then we shall see, man. Yes, France women's team are amazing, man. Okay. Best actor of all time. The best actor of all time is Gary Oldman. 100%. He's the best actor of all time. A close to that is either Daniel Day-Lewis or Marlon Brando. But taking everything into account, hands down, no debates, Gary Oldman is the greatest actor of all time. So Tottenham are playing Liverpool. Is that next week? No, guys. Do you know what would be funny? Imagine if, this is what I just said on my Twitch. Remember, follow me on Twitch. I've been twitching today. Imagine if, of all the people to defeat Uncle Mo. Sorry, imagine the team that gives Liverpool their first L is Uncle Mo. Bro, that would be hilarious. That would be flipping hilarious. And I think that game is in Tottenham Stadium, I believe. I'm not sure. Look, for me, as I said again, I was actually having this discussion with someone at the office. Women's football is a different sport. I think it's even what Carl Anker was saying, from Talking Tactics. Women's football is a different sport. Like, men and women's football, it's not the same sport. And I appreciate what women's football is, but it's just not a sport that I'm into. Like, I'm not really, I appreciate golf. I appreciate croquet, I appreciate cricket, but I'm just not into those sports. I'm just not into women's football as a sport, which is a completely different sport to men's football. So, like, women's football will never be as big as men's football. It's impossible. Like, it can definitely be big, and I think that it can be given much more promotion, but it will never be as big as men's football. Like, that's why, and it was funny, I was actually watching, like, this NBA show where they were looking at all these interview these NBA guys about the NBA. And they asked, Richard Jefferson, like blah, blah, the growth of the NBA. Because I think the NBA is huge. For me, I think NBA is America's best sport, easily, And I think the NBA can become even bigger. But he said that as big as the NBA is, NBA will never be as big as football. There will never be a sport that can even come close to the popularity of football. It's impossible, And you just say why that is. And I think the reason why football is so big is the rules of the sport are perfect. The rules of the sport are perfect, hence why it's so engaging. I think and also the World Cup is huge. So all of you guys insulting the World Cup say, oh, I hate the World Cup, the World Cup is important. The World Cup is a massive reason why football is the number one sport, because it was something that's pretty much united the entire globe. There is no other sport that has a World Cup. Other sports have a World Cup, but when you just say World Cup, you know what you mean. You have to say, oh no, this is the Rugby World Cup, or this is the Golf World Cup. When you just say World Cup, it's like, no, you already know what you're talking about. It's the Football World Cup, and I think that whole thing puts football as a stable as a number one sport, where this is the world's event. This is the global sport. This is the planet sport, which is for football. So that's the thing, man. I know a little bit about cricket, not that much. I was forced to play cricket, so what's it called? Duck, Golden Duck, LBW, all that stuff, man. Do you agree Prime Sanchez is better than Prime Hazard? Nah. Do you know what the funny thing is? We are yet to see Prime Zad. So Zad is just starting. Zad is just starting. Okay, Zad was born in World Cup 2018. So we've not even yet seen Prime Zad. We've not seen Prime Zad. Not see Prime Zad. Bro, I told you, man. I pray for, guys, what I want is a fully fit Real Madrid and a fully fit Man City. That's what I want. A fully fit Real Madrid, fully fit Man City. Guys, let me be real with you. I'm sick and tired of club football right now. Premier League is a joke. The Premier League is a joke. We were sold a flipping line. Oh, this is the elite league? Oh, you're the elite league. If Liverpool win their game in hand, they're 17 points ahead? Give me a break. We're sold a line. We're sold a flipping line. This ain't no Premier League, man. It's a farmers league. Okay? It's a flipping farmers league. Don't talk to me about, but look at how tough it is to get top four. No. You judge your league by how far ahead is the team ahead. Is it a 2-horse race? Is it a 3-horse race? So no. It's about the CL. It's about that CL. And guys, I want a fully fit Real Madrid and a fully fit Man City, because guys, Zad. Told you, man, don't mess with Zad. Like, once Zad is young. Zad is the future. So he's got a year ahead of him. He's the youth. Zad is the youth, baby. Okay, so basically, once Zad starts doing his thing, bruh, baby, don't mess with Zad, baby. Don't mess with Zad, man. He's the future, man. The guy's the future, man. The guy's young. The guy's young, man. The guy's young. Zad is finished as a footballer. Guys, stop hating, man. All because he won all because he's a European Cup winner. Don't hate. How many European Cups does De Bruyne have? This guy that you love, how many European Cups? How many does he have? So Zad dropped 2 Gs and an assist in a European Cup final. I mean, look, guys, man, if Zad balls for Real Madrid, because remember, Zad is by himself. So anything Zad does is extra. Because Zad shouldn't even be doing much. If Zad balls for Real Madrid, but what I've always said is this, is that the only team that can beat Liverpool at Anfield is PSG. A fully fit PSG. A fully fit PSG can get that ass. Fully fits PSG can get that ass. Apart from that, I don't think any other team can beat Liverpool at Anfield. Like Klopp, I don't know what he's done something. This doesn't make any sense. This makes no sense, man. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Oh, sorry, from Afeldin scores. All right. Let me get that. This super chat better not be some kind of rude thing, man. All right. Let me hit this super chat. You see, this is why I stay off the Twitter timeline. Like, I appreciate all those other football influencers out there and everything, but this is why you've got to stay off super chat sometimes. So Avdeling Skills, thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your super chat. So Avdeling Skills says, Rance, who's obviously a major United fan and influencer, says, Rance said Fred Flintstone. You know Wilma, Bunny Rubble, bam, 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 bam. You know, that dude. Rand said Fred is a better footballer than Kante. You see, that's just trolling. That's just plain trolling. Because Kante is one of the most complete footballers in the whole world. You know, so, bro, Rance, you're trolling, bro. 100%. Well, let's just see what else you guys are saying, man. So, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Rodney Silango. Thank you for the super chat, Rodney Silango. Do you rate Eden over Kevin because Mo sold KDB? No, Rodney, I wouldn't be that petty. De Bruyne is very talented, extremely talented, great passing. He's limited. De Bruyne is a systems merchant. He relies too much on the system. When it comes for who has the biggest testicles, who's got the biggest balls, who will rise, it's Zad. You can't build a team around De Bruyne. Zad is the dude who's like, all right, give him the ball, let's ride. De Bruyne is like, okay, coach, what do I do? See, De Bruyne is the guy who asks the coach, what do I do? And the coach gives him a list of what to do. Zad says, coach, chill, I've got this. This is me. So Zad is the dude who goes into the club, grabs the girl, and says, I don't give a damn about hashtag #MeToo. You're coming with me. So's your sister, so's your friend. We're doing a foursome. De Bruyne goes into the club and asks the girl out and says, please, would you go out with me? And the girl will be like, oh, sorry, you're cute, it's cool. Zad grabs the girl, grabs her friend, grabs her sister, grabs her other friend, and says, we're having a foursome back at the crib. So that is the best way to describe the difference between Zad and De Bruyne. So I always use that club kind of allegory there, man. So that's the thing, man. I've been saying this for ages. The Premier League isn't the most competitive league. It's the most entertaining league in the world. Yeah, no. I mean, no. It's used to be very competitive, but I think now Liverpool and Man City have made a mockery of the Premier League. Yes. Entertainment, yes. Based on the personalities, the managers, the fans, and so forth, the storylines, the coverage, it is the most entertaining. But as far as the most competitive, no. Like Liverpool and Man City how they've made a mockery of it. They've made a mockery of it. Man City won the league with 100 points and beat United by 14, 15 points. Next season, Liverpool and Man City had 97 and 98 points, beating the other team by 20 points. It's stupid. Look at how far Liverpool are right now. So yeah. USA makes me depressed. Josh, don't be depressed. Be happy. Be happy. Let me see what else. I'm trying to find your questions, man. Joe Gomez is into world class. Joe Gomez right now, he's playing. I would give Joe Gomez upper tier 3. Just about upper tier. Yeah, I'd give Joe Gomez upper tier 3. I don't think I can call him world class, but he has the potential to be world class. I mean, Joe Gomez has been money. Joe Gomez has been money for Liverpool, and I do think that I see the makings of a very good defender. And it's so funny because for England right now, the defense is a bit shaky. Like for me, Joe Gomez should be in that English. Basically, it should be Joe Gomez and Jerry Maguire in the heart of that defense, man. Because John Stones ain't it. John Stones ain't it. John Stones is a starving poor man's BTEC Beckenbauer. Starving Beckenbauer, man. In Didi, in Didi, you could argue tier 2. You could argue tier 2 for Ndidi based on for Leicester. You could argue tier 2 for Ndidi, man. So let's see. But So I'll be real with you. You see, when you say entertainment, that can mean different things. I think the Premier League is entertaining in terms of the coverage and the stories and the fans, because every club comes with so much baggage. That's the thing. Is like the passion of the fans and everything is huge, but in terms of football, if you just focus on the football, bro, Bundesliga is very entertaining. Like when you look at just the quality of the matches in the Bundesliga from all the teams, I mean, whether you're looking at Mainz, Mönchengladbach, Hertha Berlin, the entertainment of the matches is very good in the Bundesliga. So you could make a very strong argument that the Bundesliga is actually pretty damn entertaining as well. Yeah, man, Lingard has declined. Like Lingard used to be a pretty useful player, but Lingard has declined, man. He has declined. Vardy. Based on form, you have to put Vardy tier 2. See, I was about to say upper tier 3. Based on how he's playing tier 2. I'll roll with Vardy as tier 2, man. I'll give him tier 2. Footy Wizard, thank you very much for your super chat, Mr. Footy Wizard, man. So, Footy Wizard, $5 super chat says, Zidane is the best personality in football, bar none, up there with The Rock. False. The key word is personality. The best personality in football is Mourinho. Fact. Let me talk briefly. Because it's very good that you actually bring up The Rock. It's very good that you bring up The Rock. Let me pour myself a bit of water. It's very good to bring up The Rock. But see, Zidane for me is he's a horseman, and I think Zidane is technically speaking one of the finest midfielders of all time. Again, one of the biggest privileges I've ever had in my life was watching that France-Italy game live. Amazing. Like, watching that live, I was like, I'm looking at a literal god play football. Because I don't think you understand how difficult football is and how difficult it is to be set apart as an individual in football, and doing that in a World Cup quarterfinal. And when I just saw that, I was like, no, Zidane, this guy has now gone over. I don't give an F about Messi. I don't give an F about Cristiano. Don't talk to me about your flipping loser goats, Cristiano and Messi next to Zidane. Say, if you want to joke about Cristiano, Messi, 50 goals, 60 goals. If you want to talk real men, real grown men, we talk Zidane. Don't put Cristiano, Messi in the same sentence as Zidane. So Zidane for me, I don't joke with Zidane. You bring up The Rock. You don't understand how massive of a fan I was of The Rock. This was my last stint I was with wrestling. Because trust me, I grew up with flipping Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, Ravishing, Rick Rude, all these dudes. But the last point of where I was really into wrestling was the Attitude Era, which was ruled by Rock and Stone Cold. For me, I would argue that The Rock is the most important wrestler in WWF history. I don't call it WWE. WWF history. The biggest failure of The Rock is he wasn't able to translate his incredible personality and charisma into films. If I was a script writer, I'd be like, Rock, why are you doing all these serious films and trying to be serious and all that kind of stuff? Rock, you're not a leading man. You're a charismatic dude. It's simple. An action movie where you're a charismatic action hero. Simple. That's the only role you can play. Where an action movie, because of what your body looks like and everything, and your charisma, because your charisma is insane. You're one of the most charismatic, quick-witted people we've ever seen. So that's just his own fault, man. So I just think it's unfortunate we've never really seen like The Rock's movie career. I think is a brick. I think it's class B. His thinking career, but do you know why it's called SmackDown? Do you know why there's a SmackDown segment? It's because of The Rock. The Rock invented the SmackDown segment because he invented that whole term, them smack the downeth. So SmackDown is because of The Rock. No, man, The Rock is the most influential wrestler, hands down, hands down. All right. Oh, Zlatan. I thought he says Zidane. Okay, so sorry, Footy Wizard. So he says Zlatan. Okay, no. Okay, let me think. So Footy Wizard. Mourinho is still the biggest personality in football. He still is. I'll give Zlatan as number 2. You see, my issue with Zlatan is you're not as good as you think you are. If you were, give me a CL. If you're as great as you say you are, give me a CL. But put that to one side. For me, Zlatan can have an amazing acting career. Like, see, he's smart because Zlatan already has a career post football right now. Like, his personality is incredible. He's got an amazing personality. So, what if he was to do movies or films? Oh no, he'd be great. He'd be able to star in so many movies because of, like, you see, that's the difference between Zlatan and Cristiano. Zlatan and Cristiano are both arrogant. Zlatan's arrogance is endearing. Cristiano's arrogance is annoying. That's the thing. So when the way Cristiano's arrogance is like, no, you actually make me sick. Zlatan's arrogance is very humorous and very funny. Hence why it's like when he just says these things, you're like, no, you laugh. Because I think for Zlatan, it's a bit tongue in cheek. The way he says his things, it's a little bit tongue in cheek, and there's just something cool about it. For Cristiano, he really believes this stuff. Like Cristiano really believes he's a great player. I'm like, holy, what the heck? You really believe you're a great? Alright, okay, cool. That's on you, bro. Anyone registered for FAFSA? What the hell is FAFSA? Hazard has a European trophy, bro. So I don't know what they miss, but he has a European trophy. So yeah, there you go. Pennies dropped. No. Top 10 wrestlers of the. Oh no, I can't give top 10 wrestlers of the decade because I stopped watching wrestling around early 2000. I stopped watching wrestling. So by 2001, I think I remember. I actually remember the moments I said, "Okay, I'm done." I think it was a skit to do with Mark Henry and some kind of a marriage. So once that was it, I was like, you know what? This has just gotten too far right now. So it's normal me. So like The Rock had gone, Stone Cold had gone, and they're just gone overboard with the storylines and everything. Then I was like, done. But I'll give you top 5 wrestlers. I think I can do top 5. Number five. Ooh, this is hard. Top five. This is hard, man. So this is in no order. The people do it in order. You have to have Undertaker. You got to have Macho Man. You got to have Hulk Hogan. You have to have The Rock. You have to have Stone Cold. And I know that I'm missing so many people, but see, those are the essentials: Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Stone Cold, The Rock. If I was putting them in order, number five is Macho Man. Number four, Undertaker. Number three, Hulk Hogan. Number two, Stone Cold. Number one, The Rock. That's how I do it, man. Top five wrestlers of all time. You see, Shawn Michaels made me sick though. Shawn Michaels really made me sick. Shawn Michaels really made me sick. But see, Shawn Michaels was a great wrestler in the ring. He didn't have a great personality. See, the five people that I named were great person. I forgot about Ultimate Warrior. I forgot about flipping Ultimate Warrior, man. I mean, there's so many wrestlers. Ultimate Warrior, Teddy DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, bro. Bret Hart. Oh my, Bret Hart. For me, Bret Hart was one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. Ric Flair. Well, what's it called? The figure eight leg lock. One of the greatest finishing moves. Oh my, this is just giving me memories, man. The sharp, because basically I remember in school, we used to fight a lot whenever we were in school because in our class, basically, there was like the smart set and there was the brick set in school. In every year, there was like a brick class and a smart class. I was in the brick class. And in the brick class, all we used to do was just always fight in the morning. And I always used to do the people's elbow towards guys. So basically, I'll be like, shh. And then they do the people's elbow on guys, man. Yeah, that was funny, man. But the sharpshooter, man, one of the best finishing moves. Stunner, bruh. Arsenal looking to sign Boateng. Yeah, I was hearing something about Boateng. So I think it was J Sports. Is it Arsenal going for Kevin Prince Boateng or is it Tottenham going for Kevin Prince Boateng? Kevin Prince Boateng is done. The last time that guy was relevant was at the 2014 World Cup. That was it. And how Barcelona even bought him, man. My God, man. Best intro music. Oh yeah. No, that is very good. Austin 316. Yeah, Messi buried him. What happened to Messi at the 2014 World Cup? No, Messi definitely ridiculed Boateng. Even if that thing is sort of overdone because I think Jerome Boateng said he was already slipping. But what people never talk, see, people always like to pick and choose. Messi definitely got Boateng in that CL. What happened in the World Cup final? Boateng shot his ass down in that 2014 World Cup final, man. But you don't hear about that because it doesn't suit people's narrative. I don't watch horror movies, bro. I'm sorry. Should Tottenham bring in Carlos Vela? Tottenham, and this is what I was even saying to people, Tottenham need a central midfielder and a crazy player. Carlos Vela is an attacking midfielder. They don't need that. They already have Son, they already have Lucas Moura, they already have Dele Alli. They need a playmaker because with Eriksen going out, you need a playmaker and you need a creator. And they need a quality central midfielder. They need a technically advanced central midfielder in the vein of a Toni Kroos or a Thiago Alcantara. Ndombele, people keep saying that this guy's amazing. So Ndombele is living off a performance he had against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. What happened in that game? They lost the game as well. Ndombele, from what I've seen, ain't that great. He ain't that great. Is Ndombele a Marco Verratti? Is he a Cruz? Is he a Thiago Alcantara? Is he any of these dudes? No, he's not. So Guys, give me a break, bro. Omega, what the hell is Omega, bro? Eriksen is going to Inter Milan. From what I hear, he's going to Inter Milan, man. Yeah. You see, how big of a loss is Kane, though? Is it that big of a loss? Let's keep it a stack. Is it a big of a loss, Harry Kane? That's what I want to say. Is it really that big of a loss? Because Tottenham have been able to survive without Harry Kane. They have been able to survive without Harry Kane. So I know he's big time, I know he's huge and all that kind of stuff, but they have been able to survive without homeboy, man. No. Son is Tottenham's most important attacking player. And you could argue that he's their best player. Even if I think that Davinson Sanchez has the potential to be a really good defender, Tottenham's best player, taking everything into account, is Son. Hands down. What that guy did in the Champions League, bruh. For me, Champions League, man. Tottenham, I'm not sure they can beat Leipzig. And I tripled it. I quadrupled it. I five-drupled it. I six-drupled. I ten-drupled their PSG to lose to Dortmund in the round of 16. That's what I do. And if Neymar goes to his sister's birthday party yet again and leaves the prodigy to fend for himself, I'll be very pissed off. A dream final, Liverpool PSG. That will be an amazing final. I think for me that is no. My dream final in an objective sense, Liverpool PSG. The final that everybody wants to see is Chelsea PSG. That's the one. Chelsea PSG, and Kante gets the winning goal. 2-1. That's the key thing, man. What else did you guys say, man? Scott McTominay is decent. But don't you dare put Scott McTominay in the same sentence as Rodri. Rodri is categorically and substantially a better player than Scott McTominay. So just don't. Just don't, bro. Alright, so here. Neymar's sister is hot. Okay, alright. Let me not go any. Okay. Let me not. I don't want to touch that anymore, man. What's supposed to say? Oh yeah, biggest decline of an actor. I mean, Stallone is a pretty good one. You could argue Johnny Depp. You could have a strong argument for Johnny Depp because I was watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas on the plane. I mean, my gosh, this guy, what's he called? Edward Scissorhands, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, flipping Ed Wood, Blow, Donnie Brasco, Pirates of the Caribbean. Then after he did that film with Angelina Jolie, The Tourist, like his career just went, and then he sort of did Black Mass, but again, that basically he looks like a cat in Black Mass. I don't know what the whole makeup thing was. He looked like a cat in Black Mass. So you could argue that it could be Johnny Depp. I never rated Johnny Depp that highly, but based on where he was and the kind of films that he was doing and what he's doing now, you could basically, I think it's between Johnny Depp and Stallone. Stallone is between those two. So dream matchups in the CL. Okay. Johnny Depp is the GOAT. Based on what, man? Should Liverpool sign Depay next summer? No. Memphis Depay is good and everything. it's still risky. I mean, I think Memphis Depay is a risky one because I think Memphis Depay is one of those players where he fits a particular team and a particular system, and I think he needs to be in the right environment for him to flow through. And I'm not sure whether Memphis Depay would necessarily fit into what Liverpool would want. I'm very interested to see Minamino because just from what I saw of Minamino for Salzburg, I think Minamino could work really well for what Liverpool wants. And I think Klopp picks specific players who he knows works into what he wants. That's why for Dortmund, all the players that he was able to pick, buy, to recruit, all had great chemistry and were all able to blend into together. And I think that's maybe the secret of what Klopp is about, is that chemistry. He wants all the players to really come together in defense, in attack, and really be one in harmony. That's why I've always said this. We've never seen Dortmund Lewandowski in Bayern. We've seen glimpses, but I've never really seen Dortmund Lewandowski for Bayern. We've never really seen that, bro. So that's just keeping it a hundo. Thoughts on Alcacer? Decent striker, not a great striker. He's a good backup striker to have, but if he's in your first team, you need to surround him by midfielders. So getting you out. Alcacer is not going to come into your team and give you 25 to 30 G's. He may give you 20. He may give you 17, 18. But you can't expect him to come into your team and him being a main player. Nah, that ain't happening, bro. When will El Dio win a Ballon d'Or? See, the thing now, Euros are happening this year, but let's paint a scenario. If Liverpool win the Premier League and the Champions League, and El Dio is a major part of the Champions League win and the Premier League win, and there isn't a standout player at the Euros, I think you've got to give it to El Dio. I think that would be his best chance. And it'll be big. Guys, let me remind you, the only African player to win the Ballon d'Or was George Weah back in 1995, which is crazy. Why didn't Okocha ever win the Ballon d'Or? Why didn't Kanu ever not win the Ballon d'Or? So that's there. But I do think that the best chance for another African player to win the Ballon d'Or is El Dio. Because he's already having a very big season. He's already having a really good big season. So, but that's the thing. If Liverpool win the Premier League and the CL, depending on how influential he is in the Premier League and the CL, and there isn't a standard, because remember, the international trophies have massive weighting. That's just how it is, and I think it's fair. So if there's a guy who, let's say for instance, let's say France win the Euros and Mbappe is amazing, then you could argue that they would actually just go ahead and just give it to Mbappe. But if that happens, then they will then debate about, okay, how well did Mbappe do in the Champions League? Because then it doesn't really matter what he does in the Uber Eats. See if Mbappe balls at the Euros, then how well did he do in the Champions League? So for instance, if PSG got to the semis or they got to the final, Mbappe balled all the way through. They lost in the final to Liverpool, but Mbappe balled at the Euros. They probably end up giving the Ballon d'Or to Mbappe. So it's the weighting and all that kind of stuff. From Netza, thank you for the super chats, bro. So Natsa says Mane is a system merchant, but he isn't though, because Mane bowled for Southampton, he's bowled for Liverpool, and he's pretty much Senegal's main man. And if you watch how he plays, he's a force onto his own. So the way in which he plays isn't reliant upon the system and players. There are times where he can literally just create a situation all on his own. And because he's unorthodox, if you're an unorthodox player, that's in itself, by definition, means you're not a system player. A system player is very orthodox and there's a clear thing of what he does. But if you're very random in your movements, that means you can't be reliant on a system. So you played yourself, bro. You played yourself out there, bro. Should Chelsea sign Koulibaly? Um, they don't need Koulibaly. Like if they go Koulibaly, it would improve them, but it wouldn't. It's not the player that Chelsea really need to really head up to that next level. Zuma is a damn good defender. Okay, seriously, Zuma's a damn good defender. Tomorrow is another damn good. Fikayos tomorrow is a damn good defender. I think Rudiger is slightly underrated. You know, if you put Aspilicueta inside the center where he only has to worry about defending, he's another really good defender. Chelsea have good defenders. They don't need a Koulibaly. You see, Tottenham could do with a Koulibaly because I feel that Vertonghen and Alderweireld are sort of declining. Davinson Sanchez is alright, but he can be prone to some mistakes. So I think a guy that it didn't really need a Koulibaly, I think, is Tottenham. So that's a guy that would definitely, or Man City. So the two teams that we need a Koulibaly are either Man City or Tottenham, because Man City, they do need a good quality defender, bro. Zuma is a clown. That's a bit harsh. Why are you calling me a clown, man? Player of the decade. Ooh, that's a big one. Player of the decade. Yeah, you probably have to give it to, taking everything into account, you've got to give it to Messi. Because remember, you're just taking everything into account. And I think because international, because Messi is an international flop. Let's not get it twisted. But because club football takes up the bulk of the football over the decade, by default, you're going to give it to Messi. Because club-wise, no one is touching Messi. Internationally, you have guys and everything. You got Zidane, you got Robin, you have Ramos, you have David Villa, you got your boy back, you got Mbappe, the prodigy, But yeah, you gotta probably should say it's Messi, man. HJ, what is the difference between a good player and a world class player? A good player has great ability. You could argue is consistent-ish. And I could just say that that he's good in and of itself, whether he's a great passer, great tackler, and so forth. So he does a lot of the right good things, and you can just see technically he's a level above other ordinary players. A world-class player is a difference maker, is a guy who helps define a team and a guy who stands out. Is very consistent, but most important, this is the key thing, shows up in the biggest games. A world-class player is the dude that shows up in the biggest games, man. Because that's what it's all about, bro. Okay, so Mr. Joe and Mr. Josh are just having a little back and forth. I don't know what that's about, but hey, man. HH doesn't know. HH doesn't know what, man. What has Hazard won internationally? Told you, man, he has a European Cup. Just relax. Just leave him with his European Cup, man. Just chill. He led the team to a European trophy. Just relax, bro. HJ, what do you think of Jimenez? Really good. So, what a lot of the guys at Wolves are Wolves are a really good team. Wolves are a really good team, and the reason why I like Wolves is they don't have a lot of known names, so they're a team that are beyond all the hype, man. And just for that, got to give them a lot of respect. Got to give those guys a lot of respect. So yeah, I really like what those guys are about. I like what those guys are about. So what the hell is going on here? Should Liverpool sell Lallana? I think they should definitely. I mean, no. They should keep him until the end of the season because Liverpool are in a good space right now. It's good to have as many bodies as possible, especially guys who really know the ins and outs of the team. But come in the summer, yes, I think I don't think especially with Minamino coming in now, I don't think there's really going to be a space for Lallana in the team. So Liverpool should just cash out. I'm just trying to get some good money for it. I think PSG wanted Lallana at one point. I think they wanted Lallana at one point. Alright, let's see, man. Okay. Why do people get offended when Mahrez is compared to Salah? Well, who gets offended? And if we're looking at Mahrez and Salah, maybe that's another football battle. Football battle will be returning soon. Um, Salah is a better goal scorer than Mahrez. Mahrez is a better footballer than Salah. Like Mahrez is just naturally a really good footballer. Like his footwork is quality, and how he's able to carry the ball within tight channels and force off his shots is really good. So there is just more maneuverability. Because remember, they're both very left-footed, but I feel there's more fluidity and maneuverability with Mahrez as opposed to Salah. But Salah, with regards to finishing is good. Like Salah also has some nice footwork as well. But I just think overall, Mahrez is the better overall football player than Salah, but Salah is the better goal scorer than him. All right, let's see what they're saying, man. Yeah, Sarabia has been pretty cool, man. Sarabia is pretty good. I mean, can you actually name? Because if you just think of the African players, I don't think I can actually name top 10 African players. I mean, you have to look at Ndidi, um, Mane, Koulibaly, Salah, Mahrez, Aubameyang, Partey. Then you're now really strong. Onana. But then once you have that, you're Ziyech. Then now you're now really struggling now, man. Okay, could you argue Pepe? Maybe. You know, you argue Pepe. Yeah, I already mentioned Koulibaly, man. Oh, Hakimi, for sure. Hakimi, yeah. No, I mean Hakimi is really good. Like Real Madrid, you see, yeah, it's too late now. See, because for me, Real Madrid, man, I mean, bro, that guy would be really useful for Real Madrid. Hakimi would be really useful for Real Madrid right now, man. All right, guys, last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes at the matter here, man. So, any burning questions you have, ask away. Last 5 minutes to ask your questions, and then the matter here, man. Ask your burning questions, and your boy is out of here, man. What is the chance of Belgium balling out in the Euros? I think Belgium will ball because, you know, as long as they keep Martinez and they keep that kind of mind frame that they had, I think Belgium will be really, really good, you know. But the question is, do they have the character and the personality to really come up big in those crucial games? That's it, man. Like, in these tournaments, it's not just about being good. It's about knowing how to be like, being good is good enough in the group stage games, but by the time you now get to the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, it changes. So my question for Belgium, and this is what I'll be asking as we build up to the Euros, is do they have the character? Do they have the winning mentality to win? Because you have to have that drive. Like, what made France winners at the World Cup was their mentality. Of course, they have the talent, but it was a winning mentality. And that game between France and Belgium was so close. But what just gave France an extra edge was just France's winning mentality and their winning edge. And do you know why I have a beef against Giroud? Mbappe could have had one of the greatest assists of all time if Giroud had put that chance away. If Giroud had put that bloody chance away, Mbappe would have had one of the craziest assists of all time, man. But it's Giroud, you know. What can we say? Also, I mean, I still can't believe that Benzema is not for the French squad, man. That's just crazy, man. Issues. What could Nigeria do with Mane in the team? A lot, man. Because that's the funny thing, man. You see, because of how Nigeria are, and also Victor Osimhen, I'm hearing that Real Madrid are monitoring Victor Osimhen. Imagine Victor Osimhen. Imagine a Nigerian player for Real Madrid. That would be crazy. But my thing though is, as much as you know, like Mane loves Senegal and everything. Mane, imagine this: Mane on one wing, Chukezi on another wing, Victor Osimhen as a striker, and your boy it will be coming through. That's a sexy thing. And El Dio would love playing for Nigeria because he'd be able to feel within the vibe of the Niger football. It would be crazy. Nigeria would do crazy things. Nigeria could win a World Cup for sure. Nigeria could, with El Dio in there, Nigeria could win a World Cup for sure, man. Hearty Momo, thank you for the £2 super chat, Hearty Momo. Henri, top scorer, 98. Horseman, no excuses. If you're talking about France, 98, Davosuke was his top scorer for France in 1998. If you're talking about the league, that I think, if you're saying 97 to 98, I believe Henri was still playing for Juventus because Henri moved to Arsenal after the World Cup. So 97 to 98, he was a pace merchant winger for Juventus, and I don't believe that he was a top scorer. So Hearty Momo, and that's to show what you're talking about, man. Man, why do people diss other people's headlines, man? That's not harsh, man. So I'll do one more question. I'll do one more question and I'm out of here, man. One more question and I'm out of here. Let me pick a good one, man. Okay, well, this is a nice one. HH, current Liverpool side versus Bayern 2013. Would be a really good game. It would be a really good game. And maybe this is something that I'll probably do a little bit more, like, great teams against one another. That would be a really good game, man. But my thing is, that Bayern side did win a treble. They did win a treble. Liverpool could still potentially win a treble, but we have to now see where the chips lie. But for me, I remember Klopp will be going up against his compatriots, your Pankers. I'm taking Bayern Munich because I believe that Bayern, tactically Bayern will be able to sort out that Liverpool attack. And I just think that Bayern team was just too flipping strong, man. That Bayern team was just too flipping strong, man. That Bayern team was not a flipping joke. That because they should have won, because really, that Bayern team should have won. That Ballon should have been the first team to defend their title. They should have won in 2012. Just that Drogba happened. But I just think that with the combination of Robin and Ribery, with Mandzukic as well, and remember, as cool as that Liverpool midfield is, it's a functional midfield. Schweinsteiger at the time was arguably the best central midfielder in the world. Because 2013 to 2014, Schweinsteiger was the best midfielder in the world. So Bayern's midfield would eat up Liverpool's midfield. And even if Bayern would struggle with the Liverpool attack of Firmino and the run, bro, I know Van Dijk is a top guy. Peak Robin, peak Ribery, peak Robin, peak Ribery, bruh. I mean, look, El Dio, Salah, peak Robin, peak Rib, peak Argent, and peak Frank, peak Frank and peak Argent. Nah, man, I'm taking Bayern. Guys, it's all swell, it's all good. Remember, Mitch, your boy will be back here tomorrow, Saturday, hopefully for the open hangar. I still need to sort out a few things with the StreamYard, so I'll give you an update on that if that is still happening. Some tech issues, but if I've sorted out the tech issues, Saturday the open hangout, Sunday the regular hangout, Monday of course the football dugout, and also Monday we'll be doing some interesting things as well, and I'll be giving you more information about the channel memberships. I'll be popping off soon. Stay true, stay swell, and if I can actually just bring this thing back up, and your boys are peace.